I ask today that we adjourn in memory of Hale Zukas. He was a visionary leader of the disability rights movement in California and around the globe. He died of heart failure on November 30th. He was 79. Hale Zukas was a longtime leader at the Center for Independent Living, which those of you in Berkeley may be familiar with, or whoever's spending time there. And he co-founded the World Institute on Disability in 1983 with renowned disability rights advocate Ed Roberts. Hale was born with cerebral palsy. It significantly impaired both his mobility and his speech. But he was an effective advocate and a brilliant engineer. Hale's mother was advised to put him in an institution, but instead she facilitated a full and productive life for him. He graduated with honors at UC Berkeley, majoring in both mathematics and Russian. Now, those of you who have spent any time in Berkeley will remember Hale. He was the person that would zoom by you in his electric wheelchair, motioned or propelled only by a pointer on his head. So in other words, he had to move his wheelchair by using his head and neck on the little mechanism at the handle of the wheelchair to get around. He also used that same pointer to communicate. He had a Ouija board on the tray of his wheelchair, and he pointed at letters or words, and very often when he spoke at public hearings or to government officials, when you couldn't understand him, someone else would stand over the Ouija board and translate for him as he pointed. I often found myself in that situation where at political meetings, I was Hale's voice, and he would shake his head when I was correct and nod it very vigorously when I got something wrong. He started his advocacy for disability rights in 1970. He was the person that effectively lobbied for California to start the in-home supportive services program. And this program has since become a model for the nation. In 1973, Hale and a group of disability activists pushed for the ratification of Section 504 of the Rehabilitation Act, which prohibited discrimination based on disability. It was the first federal disability law in the country. Hale also successfully pushed for accessibility improvements throughout California, in the nation, and the world. His engineering accomplishments included designing the first curb cuts, which Berkeley was the first city to implement, and the wheelchair accessible buttons and other things at BART stations and other places. He served on national and regional committees. In 1979, President Carter appointed Hale to the U.S. Architectural and Transportation Barriers Compliance Board, where he later served as chair. In 2017, there was a 23-minute award-winning documentary called Hale about his life. And the Academy of Motion Pictures and Sciences gave that film the gold medal for documentary student films. Hale was also known for his passion for trains and movies, his love of live performances. And as I mentioned, those of you who ever saw him in Berkeley, he loved to make that wheelchair go fast and to pop wheelies over curbs, go downstairs with it. You know, there's a famous picture of him sprawled at the bottom of Sproul Plaza where he just kind of leaped over the stairs, but he never seemed to really injure himself with taking those risks. He is survived by his brother Tim, his sister Wendy, and 30 cousins. He leaves a great many friends in the Bay Area and admirers, and an entire community of activists will mourn his loss. Thank you.